Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis. It's in the county of Shelby, in the state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, March the 12th, 2017, time 4:37 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for continue encouraging support and continue to keep myself employed right here in this Memphis tri-state area. Continue to further my educated moral cause online, pursuing my social media, studying business administration, concentration market. And the music here in the background is the African nation of Liberia. The African nation of Liberia. And the music streaming. The radio station is Live Well Radio, FM 102, 1027, 1027. So hello to everybody in Liberia as well as hello to everybody else that's listening. On today's video, I'm doing my Instagram right now. I'm doing my Instagram. As you know, today we know that time has moved forward, and so that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm kind of doing 4:38 in the morning, because I knew that time moved forward, and myself and everybody else got to adjust. Excuse me. Do my Instagram. Hello, everybody. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county of Shelby, in the state of Tennessee. Today's date early Sunday morning, March 12, 2017, time 4:41 a.m. Saying hello to all my family, my support. Music here in the background is the African nation of Liberia. The African nation of Liberia music streaming. And radio stations Live Well Radio, FM 102.7. So hello to everybody in the African nation of Liberia. Hello to everybody everywhere else. we're going we always thank God for all his blessings. We always thank God for all his blessings. We always thank God for all his blessings and his guidance. We thank God for guiding the United States government as well as other governments around the world. There's a law to make it safe from crime, organized crime, whether gangs. The United States government passing an organized crime control act as well as racketeer influence corrupt organization act, which is Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act. We thank the United States government for the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act, which established the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. We thank the United States government for the comprehensive anti-gang initiative as well as the comprehensive gang model. We thank the United States government for violence prevention. We thank the United States government for all that it does to make us safe from crime. We thank the United States government for making passing laws making us safe from organized crime and gangs. We thank the United States government for the great program, Gang Resistance Education and Training Program. We thank the United States government for the National Gang Intelligence Center, as well as organized crime and gang section, as well as other federal, state, and local agencies. We thank the United States government all of the federal, state, and local government departments and agencies that they do. We thank the United States government, the United States military, them and their families in our thoughts and our prayers. We thank the United States. We thank all men and women in law enforcement, them and their families in our thoughts and prayers. We thank all men and women, all our public servants, elected officials, all our men and women that work for the federal, state, and local government, them and their families in our thoughts and prayers. We just thank the United States government as well as other governments around the world for trying to make this world a safe place to live. I won't be too long on Instagram. I'm going to get ready to end my Instagram. Again, thank all my Instagram fans and support. my periscope. Say hello to everybody. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm from BrightShine here, right here in the city of Memphis, in the county of Shelby, in the state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Sunday morning, March 12, 2017. Time 4:50 a.m. Say hello, Periscope fans and supporters. And say hello to everybody else in the world. Like I said, say hello to everybody Liberia. The music you hear in the background, that's the African nation of Liberia. It's the African nation of Liberia. And we use the stream and radio station we listen to is Live Web Radio. We have the 102.7 in Monrovia, Liberia. We use Periscope. Like I said, we on Periscope. You know, the music here in the background is the African nation of Liberia. African nation of Liberia. You know, I'm gonna turn the music down, but to say hello to everybody in Liberia. You know, and like I say, as we know, here in the United States of America, is time moving forward. So that's the reason why I kind of was a little late. Why I ain't gonna say late because I intentionally tried to. Everybody needs to adjust, myself as well as everybody else. So there's been the time been moved forward. So you kind of lose an hour or whatever. So I kind of waited a little, to start my video. But we're gonna continue to talk about African traditional religion. And as you know, African traditional religion is being taught in sub-Saharan Africa. You can earn a bachelor's degree, and a PhD studying African traditional religion. Now, uh, where's sub-Saharan Africa? We're gonna look at a map. Adjust my chair. Had to get the wheels adjusted there. And okay, let me lower this down a little bit. Now, this is an African language distribution map. African language distribution map. African language distribution map. And what it shows you the people that live on the continent of Africa, and it shows you the language that the people on the continent of Africa speak and where they live. Now that blue color, it represents the Afro-Asiatic. The yellow color represents the Nilo-Saharan. The dark orange color represents the Niger-Congo A, and the light orange color represents the Niger-Congo B, the Bantu. Now this is the other half of the map. Now, as you can see on the side, it tells you what the colors represent. Now, like I said, that blue color represents the Afro-Asiatic, the yellow color represents the Nilo-Saharan, the dark orange color represents the Niger-Congo A, and that light orange color represents Niger Congo being a band too. That green color, it represents two groups of people. The Quay people, they are the pastoralists, and the Sand people. The Sand people are the hunter-gatherers. They are the hunter-gatherers. Now over there on the island of Madagascar, that purple lavender color, that's the Austronesians. The Austronesians are the people that live in Indonesia. And the people that live in Indonesia, they left Indonesia, they migrated, they colonized and settled the island of Madagascar. They're not the original inhabitants of the island of Madagascar. Now, this is a Niger Congo language distribution map. Niger Congo language distribution map. Now, the Niger Congo language, the primary branch, Volta Congo, is South Volta Bantu, the Bantu or beside Bantu, your other East Benue Congo, your West Benue Congo, your Quake, your North Volta, Kru, Sanufo, your Gur Volta language, your Adamawa, your Bunji language, your other primary branch, your Quarter Farm, Mandi, Atlanta, and your Dogon. It's a Niger Congo language distribution map. Niger Congo language distribution map. Your Atlantic branch, your Wolof and Fule, your Mandi, Bambare, Malinka, Manika, Dayule, your Kru, your Go, your Gur, Moor language, your Quake, Bali, Akan, your Ewa, your Dogon, your Ajur, your Adamawa, your Bunji language, Jabaye, Banda, and Zandi, your Quarter Farm, your non-Bantu, Yaruba, and Igbo, your Bantu, Fang, Tiki, Lingale, Mungo, and Kundu, your Congo, your Choki, your Lube, your Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Sukume, and Kikuyu, the Bantu, Swahili, Makawe, and Yanje, Bembe, Shone, Tisange, Northern Soto, Zulu, Southern Soto, Kosa, Tiswane, and Dange Umbundu. There are many other Niger Congo speaking groups of people that are not listed here on this map. Now, this is an Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. Now your Afro-Asiatic, the Afro-Asiatic language is a large language family of several hundred related languages and dialects. It includes languages spoken predominantly in West Asia, North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and parts of the Sahel. Now, the Afro-Asiatic language family includes the following branches: Berber, Chadic, Cushitic, Egyptian, Omotic, and Semitic. That's an Afro-Asiatic language family branch. This is the Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. Now, the Nilo-Saharan languages are a proposed family of African languages spoken by some 50 to 60 million Nilotic people, mainly in the upper parts of the Chari and Nile River, including historic Nubia, north of where the two tributaries of the Nile meet. The languages extend through 17 nations in the northern half of Africa, from Algeria to Benin and west, from Libya to the Democratic Republic of the Congo in the center, and from Egypt to Tanzania in the east. Now, your Nilo-Saharan major languages: Luo, Kanuri, Songhay, Tiso, Nubian, Lubare, Nanda-Mawida language, and Lango, that's a Luo language, Dinka, Achola, that's another Luo language, your Nua, Masai, and Gambe, your Fur, Tubu, that's a Nilo-Saharan language. We're going to continue reading on our African traditional religion. And we're going to continue reading from the book titled West African Traditional Religion, written by Dr. Joseph Omasede and Valelu and Dr. P. Adalumo Dopemu. And Another book we're going to continue reading from, a book titled African Traditional Religion, a Definition, written by Dr. E. Beloja Adobu. Another book we're going to continue reading from is a book titled African Religions and Philosophy, written by Dr. John S. M. B. Another book we're going to continue reading from is a book titled Concepts of God in Africa, written by Dr. John S. M. B. Like I say today, being that it was, time moving forward, I tried to, I had to start a little bit late. I had to adjust and everybody else had to adjust. So, but irregardless, we're gonna continue to put our emphasis and our focus on game, and we go online and to Merriam-Webster dictionary at thesaurus.com, as well as dictionary.com and thesaurus.com. And I do have a Merriam-Webster dictionary, and I do have a Merriam-Webster thesaurus. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing to have, but the internet is a little more advanced, and and we're gonna continue to put our emphasis and our focus on game, because, like myself, many people lives have been negatively affected by game and games and things of this nature. And games are wrong. It was wrong yesterday, wrong today, it was wrong tomorrow. And before we get to the dictionary, before we get to our definition, we want to make sure we continue to highlight, what the United States government, as well as United States government, state, as well as local governments do uh, to prevent or to deter crime, organized crime, gangs. The United States government passed a law in 1970, the Organized Crime Control Act, uh, as well as the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organization Act, or the RICO Act, which is Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act. Also, the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act of 1974 established the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Delinquency Prevention, plus other related legislation. Also, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, which is the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, and the Comprehensive Gang Model, that's the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. And you can go to youth.gov. You can go to youth.gov and be informed about the Comprehensive Gang Model and the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative. Now, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Justice Programs, and the United States Department of Justice, and also the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice assisting the United States Department of Justice, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative Project Save Neighborhoods, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services, Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, the United States Department of State, the Institute for Intergovernmental Affairs, Gang Resistance Education and Training, the GREAT Program, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Programs, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention in October 2009, the National Youth Gang Center, which had been funded by the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention since 1995, merged with the National Gang Center, which had been funded by the Bureau of Justice Assistance since 2003. The National Gang Center, the compilation of state laws against gangs, gang prevention and overview of research and programs, Mr. James C. Howe, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, the National Gang Center Bulletin, History of Street Gangs in the United States. And you can also go to Wikipedia, Gangs in the United States. And also the United States Department of Justice, the Office of United States Attorney Manual, 1457, Criminal Street Gang Statute, 18 United States Code 521. The United States Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the National Gang Intelligence Center, the United States Department of Justice, the Organized Crime and Gang Section, and other federal, state, and local agencies. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, Anti-Gang Strategies, Prevention, Intervention, Assessment, and Suppression. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the National Institute of Justice, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, Changing Course, Preventing Gang Membership, and also striving to reduce youth violence everywhere. The United States Department of Justice and the United States Department of Education, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, the United States Department of Labor, and the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention Forum. You can go to youth.gov and be informed about the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention. Also, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the National Crime Prevention Council, keeping kids out of gangs. Also, anti-hazing. You go to lawyers.com and be informed about anti-hazing. Now, what we're going to do, what we're going to do right now, like I say, my life, my personal life been affected by gang in a negative way. And like I say, gangs was wrong. And it was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, and it's wrong tomorrow. And we're going to go to uslegal.com and we're going to inform ourselves about coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, and psychological manipulation. Gangs is wrong. Coercion, Coercion, coerce, coerce. Sexual coercion, Sexual, coercion, Coercion. Psychological coercion, Psychological, psychological. Coercion, Coercion. And also psychological manipulation, psychological manipulation, psychological manipulation, psychological, Psychological, manipulation, 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 psychological manipulation. We're going to go to uslegal.com, uslegal.com. We're going to look up coercion. Now, excuse me. Now, we're on uslegal.com, and we have here coercion law and legal definition, U.S. legal. We have marital coercion law. You have coercion and intimidation defense law. You have psychological coercion law. You have doctrinal coercion law. What to do if I was coerced into giving custody of my children. You have coercive proceedings law, coercive diplomacy law, grounds for invalidating a settlement agreement. So let's scroll back up here to coercion law and legal definition. Now, coercion law and legal definition. Coercion generally means to impose one's will on another by means of force or threats. Coercion may be accomplished through physical or psychological means. It may occur in a variety of contexts, such as unfair trade practices, which prohibits coercion to sell insurance in most states. Now, it said definition vary by state and federal laws. For example, one state defines coercion as a crime when a person compels or induces a person to engage in conduct which the latter has a legal right to abstain from engaging in, or to abstain from engaging in conduct in which he has a legal right to engage, by means of instilling in him a fear that if the demand is not complied with, the actor or another will cause physical injury to a person or cause damage to property. Now, when we be talking about that sorority and that fraternity, coercion applies. Coercion applies. And the hazing, little girls and little boys being coerced to be in a gang, being forced to be in a gang, coercion. Now let's go over here to coerce. It's gonna be pretty much the same thing. Now you have coerce, confession law, and legal definition. What to do if I was coerced and giving custody of my children to my coercion law and legal definition. We just read that violation of election laws, ground for violating settlement agreement, intermodal, safe container transportation act law, and recognition, picketing law, and legal definition. Federal Mann Act, prostitution, United States traffic violation law summary, international terrorism law, and legal definition. So that's what falls upon coerce. Now let's go over here to sexual coercion. And then also that secret society. A secret society. You understand? A secret society, they do the hazing stuff to be initiated into a secret society. And okay, let's get this sexual coercion. Aggravated sexual assault law and legal definition. Statutory rape law and legal definition. Juvenile sex offender law and legal definition. Sexual abuse law and legal definition. Child rape, commercial sexual exploitation of children law, Alabama mandatory reporting laws, annulment law and legal definition, elder law, abuse law and legal definition. What exactly does attempt to commit sexual battery mean? So I'm going to go back up here to where it said aggravated sexual assault law and legal definition. Okay. We on uslegal.com. Now, aggravated sexual assault law and legal definition. Aggravated sexual assault is a felony sexual offense governed by state laws, which vary by state. It is typically defined as a sexual assault that maims, wounds, or disfigures the victim or involves a victim who is physically or mentally incapacitated. It may also be defined to include a sexual assault that is aided or abetted by another person, occurs during commission of another crime, or involves use of a deadly weapon. Local laws should be consulted for specific requirements and applicable penalties. The following is an example of a state law dealing with aggravated sexual assault. An actor is guilty of aggravated sexual assault if he commits an act of sexual penetration with another person under any one of the following circumstances. Number one, the victim is less than 13 years old. Number two, the victim is at least 13 but less than 16 years old. And A, the actor is related to the victim by blood or affinity to the third degree. Or B, the actor has supervisory or disciplinary power over the victim. Or C, the actor is a foster parent and guardian or stands in local parentis within the household. Number three, the act is committed during the commission or attempted commission, whether alone or with one or more other persons, of robbery, kidnapping, homicide, aggravated assault on another, burglary, arson, or criminal escape. Number four, the actor is armed with a weapon or any object fashioned in such a manner as to lead the victim to reasonably believe it to be a weapon and threats by word or gesture to use the weapon or object. Number five, the actor is aided or abetted by one or more other persons, and the actor uses physical force or coercion. Number six, the actor uses physical force or coercion, and severe personal injury is sustained by the victim. Number seven, the victim is one whom the actor knew or should have known was physically helpless, mentally defective, or mentally incapacitated. Now, Let's go over to psychological coercion. Psychological coercion. Be at uslegal.com. Psychological coercion. Okay, psychological coercion, law and legal definition. Psychological coercion includes theories of mind control, thought control, or brainwashing claim that a person's mind can be controlled by an outside source. A confession is involuntary when coerced by psychological pressure. However, psychological coercion does not render a confession per se involuntary. Now let's go over to psychological manipulation. Psychological manipulation. Okay, psychological manipulation, law and legal definition. Psychological manipulation is a type of social influence adopted to know about the psychological vulnerabilities of your opponent. It is usually adopted to know what tactics are likely to be the most effective weapons against them. Psychological manipulation changes the perception or behavior of others through underhanded, deceptive, or even abusive tactics. Such methods are often considered as exploitative, abusive, devious, and deceptive. It is often used in an attempt to control the behavior of others. It uses various forms of psychological abuse, brainwashing, or bullying, emotional blackmail to coerce others to do things which they naturally do not want to do. It is also known as emotional manipulation. We're at uslegal.com. Okay. So again, coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation. Gangs is wrong. It was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, and it's wrong tomorrow. Now we're going to be going to Merriam-Webster Dictionary at thesaurus.com, as well as dictionary.com at thesaurus.com. Valid argument, invalid argument, deductive argument, and inductive argument. Conductive argument and abductive argument. Sound argument and unsound argument. The feasible argument, transitional argument, and transcendental argument. Rogerian, Tolman, and classical arguments. Aristotelian or adversarial arguments. Rogerian or consensus building arguments. Practical argument. Premise, conclusion, reference, and research. We're on Merriam-Webster.com. We're on Merriam-Webster-Dictionary.com. First word we're going to look up is argument. On Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Let's get the pronunciation. Argument.
Argument.
Argument. Now the definition of argument, number one. A, the act or process of arguing, reasoning, or discussing. Argumentation. B, a coherent series of reasons, statements, or facts intended to support or establish a point of view. A defense attorney's closing argument. C, an angry quarrel or disagreement, having an argument over about money, trying to settle an argument. Number two, A, a reason given for or against a matter under discussion. They presented their arguments in favor of the proposal. B, a form of rhetorical expression intended to convince or persuade. Number three, an abstract. See abstract one. Or summary, especially of a literary work. Number four, the subject matter, especially of a literary work. Number five, A, mathematics, one of the independent variables upon whose identical function depends. B, grammar, a substantive such as direct objective of a transitive verb that is required by a predicate in grammar. C, mathematics, amplitude. Number six, obsolete, an outward sign, indication. Okay, you have related to argument. Examples of argument in a sentence. Okay. Now the origin and etymology of argument. When we talk about etymology, for all the little girls and little boys, let's make a quick, let's go real quickly into Wikipedia, and we're gonna look up linguistics. 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 Now, click over here on Wikipedia. Okay, linguistics is the scientific study of language and involves an analysis of language form, language meaning, and language and context. The earliest activity in the documentation and description of language have been attributed to the 4th century BCE Indian grammarian Panini, who wrote a formal description of the Sanskrit language in his Estandai. Now, okay, now you have linguistic, theoretical, descriptive, applied, and experimental. Now, when it comes to etymology, it comes up under descriptive, so they click over here to etymology. Etymology is the study of the history of words, their origin, and how their form and meaning have changed over time. By extension, the term, the etymology of a word means the origin of a particular word. Now, okay, so then for everybody, especially little girls, little boys, linguistics and etymology comes up under descriptive. Now let's go back over here to okay. Now the origin, etymology of argument. Middle English from Anglo-French, from Latin argumentum, from argue. See, argue. Okay, first known in 1470, you have argument synonyms. You have argument defined for English language learners. Argument is a noun. And that's something that we need to pay close attention to. When they tell you that a word is a noun, they tell you that a word is a verb. When they tell you that a word is an adverb, it tells you that a word is an adjective. Pay close attention to that, because when these people be talking about gang, see, and when you see all the definitions, see, gangs is wrong, and then how you use the word noun, verb, adverb, adjective, it makes a difference. It's very important. Now, argument defined for English language learners, argument defined for kids, the law dictionary. Argument, legal definition of argument. Number one, a reason or the reasoning given for or against a matter under discussion, compare evidence, proof. Number two, the act or process of arguing, reasoning, or discussion, expression, or argument. Okay, and let's click over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Now it says here, argument is a noun. Now you have synonyms and antonyms of argument, and you also have related words to argument. Now let's click over here to dictionary.com. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. It's a noun. Number one, an oral disagreement, verbal opposition, contention, altercation, and violent argument. You see that in number one, it gives you all these words. Listen to it. It said an oral disagreement. Then it says a verbal opposition, contention, altercation, and violent argument. See? Number two, a discussion involving different points of view, debate. They were deeply involved in an argument about inflation. Number three, a process of reasoning, a series of reasoning. I couldn't follow this argument. Okay. Number four, a statement, reason, or fact for or against a point. Number five, an address or composition intended to convince or persuade the discourse. Number six, subject matter, theme. Number seven, an abstract or summary of the major points in a work of prose or poetry or a section of such a work. Number eight, mathematics. A, the independent variable of a function. B, also called amplitude, the angle made by a given vector with the reference axis. C, the angle corresponding to a point representing a given complex number in polar coordinates. Compare principal argument. Number nine, computer, the variable in a program to which a value will be assigned when the program is run. Often given in parentheses following a function name and used to calculate the function. Number 10, obsolete. A, evidence of proof. B, a matter of contention. The origin of argument, Old French, Middle English, Latin, 1325, 1375. Latin argumentum, related forms, synonyms, examples from the web for argument. The British Dictionary definition for argument. The word origin and history for argument. Argument and technology, idioms and phrases for argument. Okay, let's click over here to thesaurus.com. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argument.
Argument. Now you have synonyms for argument. You have antonyms for argument. And you have words related to argument. Now over here to your right, you have word origins and history. Argument, late 14th century statements and reading in support of a proposition, from French argument, from Latin argument, and from argument to argument. Okay. Now you have example sentences for argument. Okay. Now let's click back over here to Merriam-Webster. Argue. Argue. Let's get the pronunciation. Now, argue is a verb.
Argue.
Argue. Definition of argue. Intransitive verb. Number one, to give reason for or against something. Reason. Number two, to contend or disagree in word. Dispute. Transitive verb. Number one, to give evidence of, indicate. Number two, to consider the pros and cons of, discuss. Number three, to prove or try to prove by giving reason, maintain. Number four, to persuade by giving reason, induce. Now you have examples of argument in a sentence. The origin and etymology of argue. Middle English from Anglo-French argue, to reprove, argue, and Latin argue, to demonstrate through Anglo-French. I can't even get tight. Way to plead respond. First known use 14th century. Argue synonyms. You have synonym discussion for phrases related argue. Argue defined for English language learners. Argue defined for kids. The law dictionary, argue. The legal definition of argue. Intransitive verb. Number one, to give a reason for or against a matter in dispute. Number two, to present a case in court. Transitive verb. Number one, A, to give a reason for or against. B, to prove or try to prove by giving reason or evidence. Number two, to present in court. Lawyers in court filing briefs and arguing appeals. Okay? Now let's go over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Argue is a verb. Now you have synonyms and antonyms of argue. You have synonyms and antonyms of argue. And you have words related to argue. And let's click over here to dictionary.com. And let's get the pronunciation.
Argue.
Argue. Verb used without object. Number one, to present a reason for or against a thing. Number two, to contend in oral disagreement, dispute. Verb used with object. Number three, to state the reason for or against. Number four, to maintain a reason. Number five, to persuade, drive, etc. by reason. Number six, to show, prove, imply, indicate. The origin of argue, Old French, Middle English, and Latin, 1275, 1325. Middle English, Old Anglo-French, Old French, argue, Latin, argutere. Okay, related forms and synonyms. Examples from the web for argue. The British Dictionary definition for argue. Word origin and history for argue. And click over here at thesaurus.com. Now, argue. Let's get the pronunciation.
Argue.
Argue. You have synonyms for argue. You have antonyms for argue. You have words related to argue. And let's look over here to your right. You have word origin and history, argue. 13th century from Old French, argue. 12th century from Latin, argutere, the prattle, reason, argue. Okay. Now you have example sentences for argue. And let's go back over here to Merriam-Webster. Let's go back over here to Merriam-Webster. The word that we want to put our emphasis and our focus. Gang. We on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's get the pronunciation. Gang.
Gang.
Gang. Gang is a verb. Now, the definition of gang in Scotland, intransitive verb. Go. Related to gang. The origin and etymology of gang. Middle English from Old English gangen. A king of Lithuanian Zingtai to strive. First known use before 12th century. Now you have gang as a noun. Watch this. You see what I'm telling you? See? You have gang that was a verb over in Scotland. Intransitive verb, go. And then we get the origin and etymology of gang. Middle English from Old English gang and the kingdom with a noun. Look at this. Gang is a noun. The definition of gang, number one, a set of articles, outfit. A gang of oars. Number two, a combination of similar implements or devices arranged for convenience to act together. A gang of soldiers. B, group, such as one, a group of persons working together. Two, a group of persons working to unlawful or antisocial ends, especially a band of antisocial adolescents. Number two, a group of persons having informal and usually close social relations, watching TV with a gang. Now you have examples of gang in a sentence. You have origin and etymology of gang, Middle English, walking, journey, from Old English, akin to Old English, ganging, first known used 14th century. You have gang synonyms. Now, you have gang as a verb. See that? You have gang as a verb, definition of gang, and transfer verb, transfer verb, number one, A, to assemble or operate simultaneously as a group. B, to arrange in or produce as a gang. Number two, to attack in a gang. Hoodlums ganged him and took his money. And transfer verb, to move or act as a gang. The origin and etymology of gang, see gang 2, first known use 1791. Gang defined for English language learners. Gang is a noun, definition of gang for English language learners. Then you have gang defined for kids. The Law Dictionary, gang is a noun. Legal definition of gang, a group of persons associated for antisocial and often criminal purposes and activities. Okay. Now let's click over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Merriam-Webster thesaurus, gang as a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of gang. And you also have words related. You have words related to gang as a noun. And that's the Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Synonyms and antonyms and related words to gang. Now let's click over here to dictionary.com. Let's first get the pronunciation. Gang is a noun. Number one, a group or band. Number two, a group of youngsters or adolescents who associate closely, often exclusive for social reasons, especially such a group engaged in delinquent behavior. Number three, a group of people with compatible tastes or mutual interests who gather together for social reasons. Number four, a group of persons working together, squad, ship. Number five, a group of persons associated for some criminal or other antisocial purpose. Number six, a set of tools, electronic components or circuits, oils, etc., arranged to work together or simultaneously. Number seven, a group of identical related items. Verb used with object. Number eight, to arrange in groups or sets, form into a gang. Number nine, to attack in a gang. Verb used without object. Number 10, to form or act as a gang. Verb phrase number 11, gang up on, informal of a number of persons to unite in opposition to a person combined against. The origin of gang, number one, Middle English, Old English, 1300, 1350, Middle English, Old English, gang, gone, manner of going, way, passage, cognate with Old High German, gang, Old Norse, ganger, Gothic, gang. Synonyms, gang, number two, verb used without object, chiefly Scotland and Northern England. Number one, to walk or go. The origin before 900, Middle English, ganging, Old English, gang, gone gang, cognate with Old High German, gang, Old Norse, ganger, Gothic, gang. Example from the web for gang. The British Dictionary definition for gang. Gang, number two, gang. The word origin history for gang. Slang definition and phrasing for gang. Idioms and phrases for gang. And I click over here to thesaurus.com. Let's get the pronunciation first. Gang. You have synonyms for gang. You have antonyms for gang. You have words related to gang. Now, over here to your right, word origin and history. Gang, Old English, gone and going, journey, way, passing, and Old Norse, gang, and group of men they sent both from gangers, okay? So let's have a look now. Okay, take it together. Spent a set of two dudes on the same job. By 1620, this had been extended in nautical speech to mean a company of workmen. By 1630, the word was being used with disapproving old tongue for any band of persons traveling together. Thank God. Click the page and jumped up. Okay. Click the span again. Okay, gangway preserved the original sense of the word and it does gang plank. 1846, American English replacing earlier gang board. To gang up on, to gang up on is present tense and negative. Okay. Now you have example sentences for gang. All right. Now let's go back over here to Merriam-Webster. Gangster. Merriam-Webster dictionary. Now, okay. Excuse me. Now we on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Gangster. Let's get the pronunciation.
Gangster.
Gangster. The definition of gangster. A member of a gang of criminals. A racketeer. Now you have examples of gangster in the sentence. The first known use of gangster, 1884, you had gangster synonyms. You had gangster defined for English language learners. It's a noun. Definition of gangster for English language learners. A member of a group of violent criminals. Gangster defined for kids. Definition of gangster for students. A member of a gang of criminals. Law dictionary, gangster, noun. Legal definition of gangster, a member of a gang of criminals. And let's click over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Gangster is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of gangster. You also have related words. And let's click over here to dictionary.com. Now, we're on dictionary.com. Gangster. Let's get the pronunciation first.
Gangster.
Gangster is a noun. Number one, a member of a gang of criminals, especially a racketeer. The origin of gangster. 1895, 1900. 1895, 1900. Americanism. Gang plus stir. Gang plus stir. Gang plus stir. Synonyms. You have examples from the web for gangster. You have the British dictionary definition for gangster. And then you have the word origin and history for gangster. 1896 American English from gang in its criminal sense plus stir. You have slang definition of phrase for gangster. Okay? Now let's click over here to thesaurus.com. Let's get the pronunciation. Get the pronunciation. No, thesaurus.com. Gangster. Get the pronunciation.
Gangster.
Gangster. Now you have synonyms for gangster. You have antonyms for gangster. You have words related to gangster. Now over here to your right, you have word origin and history. Gangster, 1896, American English from gang in its criminal sense. Gangland, okay, and so on and so forth. And then you have example sentences for gangster. Now let's click over here to Merriam-Webster. Mob, mob. Now we're on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's get the dictionary definition of mob. Let's get the pronunciation first.
Mob.
Mob is a noun. Definition of mob, number one, a large or disorderly crowd, especially one bent on riotous or destructive action. Number two, the lower classes of a community, massive rabble. Number three, chiefly Australian, a flock, drove, or herd of animals. Number four, a criminal set, gang, especially often capitalized mafia. Number five, informal, a group of people, crowd. Examples of mob in a sentence, you have the origin etymology of mob. Latin, mobile bogus, facilitating crowd, first known use 1688. Mob synonym, you have synonym discussion of mob. You have mob as a verb. Okay, transfer verb number one, to crowd about and attack or ignore. Mob by autograph hunters. Number two, to crowd into or around. You have examples of mob in a sentence. You have first known use of mob, 1696, mob synonym, phrases related to mob. Mob defined for English language learners. Mob is a verb, definition of mob for English language learners. Mob defined for kids, it's a noun. Mob verb, definition of mob for students. Okay. Now let's click over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Okay. You have mob as a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of mob. You also have related words. Now you also have mob as a verb. You have synonyms and antonyms of mob and related words. Okay. Let's click over here to dictionary.com. We're on dictionary.com. Mob. Let's get the pronunciation.
Mob.
Mob is a noun. Number one, a disorderly or riotous crowd of people. Number two, a crowd bent on or engaged in lawless violence. Number three, any group or collection of personal things. Number four, the common people, the mass, populace, or multitude. Number five, a criminal gang, especially one involved in drug trafficking, extortion, etc. Number six, the mob, mafia. Number seven, socializing a group of persons stimulating one another to excitement and losing ordinary rational control over their activity. Number eight, a flock, herd, or drove of animals, adjective. Number nine, or relating to or characteristic of a lawless, irrational, disorderly, or riotous crowd. Number 10, directed at or reflecting the lowest intellectual level of the common people. Verb used with object. Number 11, to crowd around, noise dash from curiosity or hostility. Number 12, to attack and arouse this mob. Number 13, find something to chop. The origin of mob. Number 1, Latin, 1680, 1690. Short for Latin mobile bogus, the movable, chamber, and constant calling people. Mob. Number 2, now, digital technology. The origin, 1980-85, formed by British video game developer Richard Bond. Okay. Example from the web for mob. You had a British dictionary definition for mob, mob abbreviations, word origin history for mob, slang definition and phrase for mob, related abbreviations for mob. Let's go over here to thesaurus.com. Mob. Okay, let's get the pronunciation. We're on thesaurus.com. Mob.
Mob.
Mob. Okay, you have synonym for mob. You have antonym for mob. You have words related to mob. Now look over here to your right. You have word origin and history. Mob, 1680s. Disorderly part of the population, rabble, slang shortening of mobile, mobility, common people, population, rabble, 1670 from Latin mobile, bogus, fickle, common people, 1600 English from mobile, neutral, mobilis, fickle, movement. Okay. Now you have example sentences for mob. And let's click back over here to Merriam-Webster. Now we over here on Merriam-Webster. Mobster. Mobster. Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's get the pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. The definition of mobster. A member of a criminal gang. Examples of mobster in the sentence. First known use of mobster, 1917. Mobster synonym. Now you have mobster defined for English language learners. Okay. The definition of mobster for English language learners is someone who is part of a secret organized group of criminals, a member of the mob. Okay. Now let's click over at Merriam-Webster thesaurus. And mobster is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of mobster. And you also have related words to mobster. Okay, now click over here to dictionary.com. Mobster, dictionary.com. Let's get the pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster is a noun. Number 1, a member of a criminal mob. The origin of mobster, 1915, 1920. Americanism, mob plus stir. Mob plus stir. Example from the web for mobster. British dictionary definition for mobster. The word origin and history for mobster. 1916 for mob in the criminal sense plus stir. Slang definition and phrases for mobster. Okay, then click over here at thesaurus.com. Okay, thesaurus.com. Get the pronunciation.
Mobster.
Mobster. You have synonyms for mobster. You have antonyms for mobster. You have words related to mobster. Now over here to your right, you have word origin and history. Mobster, 1917 for mob in the criminal sense plus stir. Mob plus stir. And let's click back over here to Merriam-Webster. Merriam-Webster, thug. Okay, we're on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's get the pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug. The definition of thug: a brutal, ruffian, or assassin. Gangster, tough. Related to thug. Examples of thug in a sentence. You have origin and etymology of thug. Hinda, an Urdu, thag. Literally a thief. First known use 1810. Thug synonym. Thug defined for English language learners. Thug is a noun. Definition of thug for English language learners: a violent criminal. Thug defined for kids. Okay. Let's click over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. You have synonyms and antonyms of thug, and you have words related to thugs. Okay. Let's go over here to dictionary.com. Let's get a pronunciation.
Thug.
Thug is a noun. Number one, a cruel or vicious ruffian, robber, or murderer. Number two, sometimes initial capital letter. One of a former group of professional robbers and murderers in India who strangled their victims. Okay, origin of thug. Okay, the origin of thug. Hinda, 1800, 1810. Hinda, thang, literal robe or cheek. Related form. Example from the web for thug. British dictionary definition for thug. Word origin history for thug. Okay. And click over at thesaurus.com. Now, to get pronunciation for thug, go to thesaurus.com.
Thug.
Thug. You have synonyms for thug. You have antonyms for thug. You have words related to thug. Now, over here to your right, word origin and history thug, 1810. Member of a gang of murderers and robbers in India who strangled their victims from Maratha Thag, cheat, swindler, Hinda Thag. Okay, example sentences for thug. Okay, let's click back over to Merriam-Webster. Goon. Well, Merriam-Webster dictionary. Goon. Let's get the pronunciation.
Goon.
Goon is a noun. The definition of goon: number one, a stupid person. Number two, a man hired to terrorize or eliminate opponents. B, enforcer. We have examples of goon in a sentence. We have the origin and etymology of goon. Probably short for English dialect. Goon is similar to first known use 1921. Goon synonyms. Goon defined for English language learners. Okay, let's click over to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Goon is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of goon. You have related words to goon. Okay. And click over here to dictionary.com. Go on dictionary.com. Goon. Let's get pronunciation.
Goon.
Goon is a noun. Number one, inform a hired hoodlum or thug. Number 2, slang. A stupid, foolish, or awkward person. B, a roughneck. The origin of goon, 1920, 1925. Shortened from dialect goonie, bearing of obsolete goonie. A simpleton. Influenced by the comic strip character Alice the Goon in the series Thimble Theater by E.C. Series 1894-1938. American cartoonist. Example from the web for goon. The British Dictionary definition for goon. Word origin and history for goon. Slang definition and phrase for goon. Go here to thesaurus.com. Now let's get pronunciation.
Goon.
Goon. You got synonym for goon. You got antonym for goon. You got words related to goon. Now over here to your right. Word origin and history goon, 1921, stupid person. From goon is simpleton or goon is simpleton. 1580 of unknown origin but applied by sailors to the albatross and similar big clumsy birds. 1839, sense of high thug first reported. 1938, in reference to Union Beef Squad used to cow strikers in the Pacific Northwest, probably from Alice the Goon, slow-witted, muscular, but gentle nature character in Thimble Theater. Comic strip star Popeye by E.C. Sears, 1894-1938. Okay. Now you have example sentences for goon. Now let's click back over to Merriam-Webster. Now, boss. Now we're on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's get the pronunciation. Boss. Boss. It's a noun. Definition of boss. Number 1, a protuberant part or body. B, a raised ornamentation. C, an ornamental projecting block used in architecture. Number 2, a saw pad used in ceramics and glass making. 3, the hub of a propeller. Did you know the Dutch settlements in North America all came under English rule in the 1660s and 1670s, but Dutch continued to be spoken in the region long after American English. The lexical heritage of the Dutch colony includes dope, stoop, meaning porch, and Santa Claus. Perhaps the most pervasive Dutch loanword is boss, from the Dutch bos, meaning master. The word first appears in the form boss in 1806, used by Washington Herd. Part of success seemed to be a result from the American aversion to master, which was common in British use. Okay, you have an illustration of boss. Now, the origin and etymology of boss. Middle English boss from Anglo-French from bowl, Latin boss, first known use 14th century boss as a verb. It translates the verb, number 1, to embellish with a raised decoration. Number 2, to treat as the surface of a porcelain. Okay. The origin and etymology of boss. See, boss, first known use. Okay, boss is a noun. Definition of boss. Number 1, a person who exercises control or authority. Union bosses, mafia boss. A mafia boss, specifically one who directs or supervises workers, acting with boss for a raise. Number 2, politics. One controls votes in a party organization or dictate performance or legislative measures standing up to the party boss. Okay. Origin etymology of boss. Dutch boss master. First known use 1653. Other business term. Okay. Boss as an adjective. Definition of boss. Excellent, first rated. Boss new rock band. Example, boss in the Senate. Origin etymology of boss. First known use 1836. Boss synonyms. Boss is a verb, transfer verb. Number 1, to exercise control, authority over, to act as boss. Need someone to boss their job. Number 2, to give usually arbitrary orders to. Use and use with around. Origin etymology of boss. First known use 1856. Boss is a noun. Definition of boss, cow, calf. Origin etymology of boss. English dialect, young cow. First known use 1790. Other animal husbandry terms. Phrases related to boss. Boss defined for English language learn. Boss defined for kids. Boss is a verb. Medical dictionary. Boss. Okay. Click over to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Boss is an adjective, synonyms and antonyms of boss, and words related to boss. Now you have have boss as a noun. You have synonym, antonyms of boss, and words related to boss. Boss is a verb. Synonym, antonyms of boss. Okay. Now click over here to dictionary.com. We're on dictionary.com. Let's get the pronunciation. Boss.
boss,
Boss. Now, number one, a person who employs or superintends workers and managers. Number two, a politician who controls the party orders they has in a particular district. Number three, a person who makes decisions, exercises authority, dominates, etc. Verb used with object. Number four, to be master of or over. Manage, direct, control. Number five, to order about, especially in an arrogant manner. Verb used without object. Number six, to be boss. Number seven, to be too domineering and authoritative. Adjective. Number eight, chief, master. Number nine, slang, first rate. The origin of boss, Dutch, 1640, 1650. Americanism, Dutch, boss, master, form. Synonym, boss, the noun. Verb used with object. Origin, Middle English, both. Anglo-French, lump, rope, ball, Old French, Vocal Latin, bullshit, or unknown. Okay, you have boss. Examples from the web for boss. British Dictionary definition for boss. Word origin history for boss. Boss in medicine. Slang definition phrase for boss. Boss in technology. Click over here to thesaurus.com. Click over here to thesaurus.com. Boss. Let's get the pronunciation.
boss,
Boss. Synonym for boss. Anonym for boss. Words related to boss. Over here to your right, you have word origin and history. Boss, overseer. 1640 American English from Dutch. Boss and master. Oh, I screwed on here. Really said, okay. You have example sentences for boss. Now let's click back over here to Merriam-Webster. We're going to look up another word. We're going to look up the word true. 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 Now, true is an adjective. We're on Merriam-Webster dictionary. But the word we're looking up is true. True. True is an adjective. Let's get the pronunciation.
true,
True. Definition of true. Number one, A, steadfast, loyal. B, honest, just. C, archaic, truthful. Number two, A, number one, being in accordance with the actual state of affairs. True description. Number two, conformable to an essential reality. Number three, fully realized or fulfilled. Dreams come true. B, ideal, essential. C, being that which is the case rather than what is manifest or assumed. The true dimension of the problem. D, consistent, true to character. Number three, A, properly so-called true love, the true faith, the true stomach of ruminant mammals. B, number one, possessing the basic characters of or belong to the same natural group as a whale is a true but not a typical mammal. Typical, the true cats. Number four, legitimate rightful, our true and lawful king. Number five, A, that is fitted or formed or that functions accurately. B, conformable to a standard or pattern, accurate. Number six, determined with reference to the Earth's axis rather than the magnetic pole, true north. Number seven, legitimate, logically necessary. Number eight, narrow, strict in the truest sense. Number nine, corrected for error. Okay, we have examples of true in a sentence. The origin and etymology of truth. Middle English, truth. From Old English, truly, faithful. Akin to Old High German. Okay. First known use before 12th century, have true synonym, true adverb. Definition of true number one in accordance with fact or reality. Number two, A, without deviation of bullet flew straight and true. B, without variation from type, breed true. Example, true in the sentence. First known use of true, 14th century. True is a noun. Truth, reality, usually used with the. Number two, the quality or state of being accurate as an alignment or adjustment used in the phrase in true and out of true. First known use of true, 1531. True verb, definition of true, transitive verb to make level, square, balance, or concentric, bring or restore to a desired mechanical accuracy or form. True up and board, true up and inch and cylinder. First known use of true, 1838. Phrase related to true. True defined for English language learners. True is an adverb, true is a noun. True defined for kids. True is an adverb, true is a noun. True is a verb. Okay? The Gordon Merriam-Webster thesaurus. True is an adjective, you have synonyms and antonyms of true, you have words related to true. Click on dictionary.com for true. 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 Let's get a pronunciation.
True.
True. You add adjective. Number one, being in accord with the actual state or condition, conforming to reality or fact, not false. Number two, real, genuine, authentic. Number three, sincere, not deceitful. Number four, firm and allegiant, loyal, faithful, steadfast. Five, being or reflecting the central or genuine character of something. Number six, conforming to or consistent with a standard pattern or the like. Number seven, exact, precise, accurate, correct. Number eight, of the right kind, such as it should be proper. Number nine, properly so called, rightly answering to a description. Number 10, legitimate or rightful. Number 11, reliable, unfailing, or sure. Number 12, exactly or accurately shaped, form, fitted, or placed as a surface, instrument, or part of a mechanism. Number 13, honest, honorable, upright. Number 14, biology, conforming to the type, norm, or standard, a structure of a particular group, typical. Number 15, animal husbandry. Number 16, navigation of a barren course determined in relation to true north. Number 17, archaic. Noun. 18, exact or accurate formation, position, or adjustment. Number 19, the true, something that is true. Adverb. Number 20, in a true manner, truly, truthfully. 21, exactly or accurately. 22, in conformity with the ancestral type. Verb used with object. 23, to make true, shape, adjust, place, etc. exactly or accurately. 24, especially in carpentry, to make even, symmetrical, level, etc. often followed by up. Idioms. 25, come true, to have the expected or hoped for result, become a reality. The origin of true, Middle English, Old English. Before 900, Middle English, true. Old English, true, agile, loyal, trusting, honest. Akin to Dutch, German, true. Old Norse, Gothic. Example from the well for true. The British Dictionary definition for true. Word origin history for true. Idioms and phrases for true. Let's click over at thesaurus.com. True. Let's get a pronunciation for true.
True.
True. You have synonyms for true. You have antonyms for true. You have words related to truth. Now you have word origin and history. True, Old English true, Saxon true, mercy, faithful, trustworthy from, okay. Now you have example sentences for true. And let's click over here to Merriam-Webster dictionary. Go here on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Truth, truth. Let's get the pronunciation.
Truth.
Truth. It's a noun. The definition of truth, number one. A, archaic, fidelity, constancy. B, sincerity in action, character, and utterance. Number two, A, number one, the state of being, the case, fact. Number two, the body of real things, events, and facts, actuality. Number three, often capitalized as transcendent, fundamental, or spiritual reality. B, judgment, proposition, or idea that is true or accepted as true, truths of thermodynamics. Number C, the body of true statements and proposition. 3A, the property as of a statement of being in accord with fact or reality. B, chiefly British, true. C, fidelity to an original or to a standard. Number four, capitalized Christian sign, God, true. In truth, in accordance with fact, actually. Now you have an example of truth in a sentence. The origin and etymology of truth, Middle English, truth, from Old English, truth, fidelity akin to Old English. First known use before 12th century, truth synonyms, other logic terms. We have truth biographical name. Okay, like for instance, Sojourner Truth. Phrases related to truth. You have truth defined for English language learners. Truth defined for kids. Okay. Now let's go over here to Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Truth is a noun. You have synonyms and antonyms of truth. And you have words related to truth. Okay. Let's go over here to dictionary.com. Let's get a pronunciation.
Truth.
Truth. It's a noun. Number one, the truth or actual state of a matter. Number two, conformity with fact or reality, verity. Number three, a verified or indisputable fact, proposition, principle, or the like. Number four, the state or character of being true. Number five, actuality or actual existence. Number six, an obvious or accepted fact, truism, platitude. Number seven, honesty, integrity, and truthfulness. Number eight, often initial capital letter, ideal or fundamental reality, apart from and transcend the perceived experience. Number nine, agreement with a standard or original. Number 10, accuracy as a position or adjustment. Archaic. Number 11, archaic, fidelity or constancy. You have idioms. Number 12, truth and reality and fact. Actually, the origin of truth, Middle English. Old English, 900, before 900. Middle English, truth. Old English, truth. Cognitive with Old Norse. Trigger, okay. Related forms. Synonyms. Antonyms. Truth. Sojourner truth. Okay. examples from the web for truth. The British Dictionary definition for truth. Word origin and history for truth. Truth in the Bible. Idioms and phrases with truth. Okay, just click over here at thesaurus.com. Now, we're on truth. We're on thesaurus.com to get the pronunciation.
Truth.
Truth. We have synonyms for truth. We have antonyms for truth. Concept aside from word truth. We have other adjectives related to truth. We have words related to truth. Now, the word origin over here to your right, you have word origin and history. Truth, Old English, true, Saxon, true, mercy, faithfulness, quality of being truthful, true. You, I'm gonna click over here to, let's go over to Merriam-Webster dictionary. Now let's look up the word trust. 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 Now while we speak, when we was looking at the word origin and history, and as you recall, we was talking about how the language can be controversial, and also handwriting can be controversial. Now when we be talking about the old English and just handwriting, do you notice how when we pronounce the word, just for instance, like when we say true, and we say truth, truth, and when you see how it's spelled, you see how we spell it today, like truth, True, excuse me. And then when you see how it was spelled in the past, and you hear the pronunciation, the language pronunciation, then and yesterday and today, and then you see, you pay attention to it, that's why, words can, language can be controversial, and handwriting can be controversial. Okay, we on Merriam-Webster dictionary. Trust, Trust, to get pronunciation.
Trust.
Trust. The definition of trust: number one, A, assured reliance on the character, ability, strength, or truth of someone or something. B, one in which confidence is placed. Number two, A, dependence on something future or contingent hope. B, reliance on future payment for property such as merchandise delivered, credit, bought furniture on trust. Number three, A property interest held by one person for the benefit of another. B, a combination of firms or corporation formed by legal agreement, especially one that reduces or threatens to reduce competition. Number four, archaic trustworthiness. Number five, number one, a charge or duty imposed in faith or confidence or as a condition of some relationship. Number two, something committed or entrusted to one to be used or cared for in the interest of another. B, responsible, charge, or office. C, care of custody, the child committed to her trust, in the care or possession of a trustee. You have examples of trust in the sentence. You have the origin, etymology of trust, Middle English, probably of Scandinavian origin, akin to Old Norse, trust. Trust, akin to Old English, truly faithful. First known use 13th century. Trust synonyms. Trust as a verb, definition of trust. Number one, intransitive verb. Number one, A, to place confidence, depend, trust in God, trust to love. B, to be confident, hope. Number 2, to sell or deliver on credit. Transfer verb. Number 1, A, to commit or place someone's care or keep it in trust. B, to commit, to stay or go or to do something without fear or misgiving. Number 2A, to rely on the truthfulness or accuracy of, believe, trust a rumor. B, to place confidence in, rely on a friend you can trust. C, to hope or expect confident, trust that the problem will be resolved soon. 3, to extend credit to. Examples of trust in a sentence. The origin and etymology of trust. See trust 1, first known use 13th century. Trust synonym. Phrases related to trust. Trust defined for English language learners. Trust as a verb. Definition of trust for English language learners. Okay. Trust defined for kids. Definition of trust for students. Trust as a noun. Definition of trust for students. This is what I was getting to. The law dictionary. Trust is a noun. The legal definition of trust. Number 1A. A fiduciary relationship in which one party holds legal title to another's property for the benefit of a party who holds equitable title to the property. B. An entity resulting from the establishment of such a relationship. See also beneficiary, essentially with trust, corpus, declaration of trust, and declaration for principle. 7. Editor's note. Trust developed out of the Old English use the traditional requirement of a trust or a named beneficiary and trustee who may be the settlor and identify rents or property to be transferred to the trustee and constitute the principal of the trust and deliver other reads to the trustee with the intent to create a trust. Not all relationships labeled as trust have all these characteristics. However, trusts are often created for their advantages. Tax treatment, accumulation trust. A trust in which principal income are allowed to accumulate rather than being paid out. Others know accumulation trusts are disfavored and often restricted in an active trust. A trust in which legal title remains in a trustee when they do to act affirmatively as and exercise control, discretion, and judgment with regard to the property compared. Alimony trust, a trust created often in accordance with the separation agreement in which property is transferred to the trust as a source of support for a spouse with the remainder to someone else. Bank account trust, total trust, okay. Business trust, a trust that is created for the purpose of making profit and that is usually characterized by some kind of commercial activity. Transferable certificates of interest exist to continue after the death of beneficiary and limited liability. Legal title in the hands of trustees and officers having duties of manually called. Also common law trust, Massachusetts trust. A trust that qualifies as a business trust is eligible for bankruptcy protected under Chapter 13 of the Bankruptcy Code. Bypass trust. A trust in which a spouse leaves his or her estate upon death to a trust naming the surviving spouse and beneficiary and usually will remain to children or other descendants. Call also bypass shelter trust, credit shelter trust, okay. The purpose of a bypass trust is to reduce the surviving spouse's taxable estate. Such trusts do not qualify for the marital deduction. Constructive trust, credit, discretionary trust, dry trust, express trust, generation skipping trust, grant to retain annuity trust, grant to retain a common trust, grant to retain a trust, unit trust, grant of trust, honorary trust, implied trust, individual policy pension trust, insurance trust, inter vivos trust, investment trust, involuntary trust, irrevocable trust, land trust, living trust, marital deduction trust, marital trust, Massachusetts trust, naked land trust, naked trust, nominee trust, oral trust, passive trust, holdover trust, power of appointment trust, protective trust, purchase money resulting trust, Q-tip trust, qualified charitable management trust, real estate investment trust, resulting trust, revocable trust, savings bank trust, shelter trust, simple trust, spendthrift trust, tentative trust, testamentary trust, title trust, trust ex delicto, unit trust, voting trust, in trust. It's a lot of trust. Okay, Merriam-Webster thesaurus. Yeah, okay, trust is a noun. You got synonyms and antonyms of trust. You got words related to trust. You got trust as a verb, synonym, antonym, and related words. Okay, let's click over here to dictionary.com. Let's get the pronunciation.
Trust.
Trust. And see, just like we were just talking about, I'm looking at the we're on dictionary.com, looking at how it's spelled in the brackets. Trust. Trust. And then by the way it's still pronounced. Okay, it's a noun, number one. Let me scroll down first. Okay. My time won't permit me. No, it's a noun. I'm gonna read about the first three. Number nine. First three. Uh, uh, Number one relies on the integrity, strength, ability, surety of a person or thing. Confidence. Number two, confident expectation of something. Hope. Number three, confidence in the certainty of future payment for property or good received credit. Number four, a person on whom or thing on which one relies. Number five, the conditional one to whom something has been entrusted. Number six, the obligation or responsibility imposed on a person on whom confidence or authority is placed. Number seven, charge, custody, or cur. Then you have adjectives. You have verb used with, without object. You have verb used with object. Now the origin, you also have idioms. The origin of trust, Middle English, Old Norse, 1175, 1225. Related forms, we have synonyms. We have examples from the web for trust. We have the British Dictionary definition for trust. Word origin, history for trust. Trust and culture. Trust definite combination of firms or corporations for the purpose of reducing competition and controlling prices throughout a business or industry. Trust are generally prohibited or restricted by antitrust legislation. Compare monopoly. Idioms and phrases with trust. Okay? Let's go over to thesaurus.com. Trust. Get the pronunciation.
Trust.
Trust. Okay, you have a synonym for trust. You have antonym for trust. You have more words related to trust. Okay. Now over here to your right, you have your word origin and history. Trust, 12th century from Old Norse, trust, help, confidence, trust. Okay. Then you have example sentences for trust. Okay, so we looked up the word truth. We looked up the word truth. We looked up the word trust on Merriam-Webster.com, Merriam-Webster Dictionary and thesaurus.com, and dictionary.com and thesaurus.com, as well as we put our emphasis and our focus on the word gang, gang plus stir, mob, mob plus stir, thug, goon, boss, and we looked up the word argument and argue. We also went to uslegal.com, looked up the word coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, and psychological manipulation. And we're going to get ready to end today's video. And again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county of Shelby, in the state of Tennessee. And I thank all my family, my support for your continued encouragement and support. And to my next video, you take care of yourself, which each and every one you're very blessed. And also, I ain't forget, and also not to forget God's word. And like we always refer, when people try to tell people in the house of worship that there's nothing wrong being in a gang, you know, that's a lie. Turn to the Old Testament of the Bible. Turn to the Old Testament, go to the book of Genesis, and go to the flood story, Noah. And you start at chapter 6, starting at verse number 1, read the whole chapter, chapter 6, read the whole chapter. And also while you read chapter 6, put emphasis on verse number 5. And read the whole chapter. And also read chapter 7 and chapter 8. And then turn to the New Testament. Go to the book of Matthew. You know, in the Old Testament, God is speaking in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, when you go to the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, it's Jesus Christ who is speaking. So go to the book of Matthew. Starting at verse number 1, chapter 5, the Beatitudes. See? The Beatitudes is Jesus Christ talking. Chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7. And then also go to the book of Luke. Go to the book of Luke, chapter 6. And starting at verse number 1. Start at verse number 1. Read the whole chapter. But you also go to, the Beatitudes is in chapter 6. And the Beatitudes start in verse number 20. In chapter 6, verse number 20. In the book of Luke, verses 20 through 49. Read the Beatitudes. Don't sit there and let nobody tell you, talking about they sitting up in the house of worship, talking about they in a gang. That's contradictory and it's contrary to God's word. Put God first. And I'm gonna end today's video and we'll come back on my next video and like I said, like I told you, I'm not sitting here like I'm gonna be sitting here for the next 5-10 years doing the same thing every Saturday and Sunday. That's not the case. So don't think that way.